Babe, what do you mean it's not you, it's me? This happens. Why do you do this and expect no community? You know what? I'm done. Boys, you're probably just like me. You're lonely, you're single, you clicked on this video because you want help to understand how to actually date in 2023. Don't feel like you're in this journey alone. I'm here to bring you guys the insights you need. We know there's a lot of temptations now. Social media is brutal. You open the app and there's just booty cheeks left and right. You're like, okay, well, I have a girl, but this is in front of me. Is it because of social media or is it because of us guys? Maybe our minds having the wrong temptations? Well, we're gonna get into this. Shelby, happy to have you, and you're in a very happy relationship, correct?
I am.
So you're gonna give the boys some good insights on dating and like what girls look for, right?
Sure.
Sure, all right. Knockout round.
What the heck is a knockout?
Knockout round! So the rules are simple. There's a button. First person to click the button gets to answer. No, you missed the button. See, it didn't even beep. It's supposed to sound like that. Our camera guy's gonna have the questions. These are gonna be fired away back to back to back. We're gonna give both our standpoints, a male and a female. Loser has to drink a whole gallon of milk.
When a girl says it's fine, does she really mean she's fine?
No, absolutely not, boys. Run. Go get ice cream, flowers, chocolate. If she says she's fine, she is not fine.
No, she's not fine.
Why do girls say she's fine?
Because we want you to dig it out of us. We want you to work for it.
Who should make the first move?
Got the button. I still think I'm very old school. I still think the guy should. Now, if the guy's a little bit more on the shy side and the girl's been taking initiative all like they set up the date, things like that, then maybe it's a different story, but I feel like the guy should.
I've definitely made the first move at times, so
Boys,
depends on the situation.
boys, step your game up.
What was your first move?
Going up and asking them to spot me at the gym.
Wow, that's a play right there. That's a play.
Did it work?
He said yes, right?
Did it work?
It did, but he didn't spot me well, so I wasn't interested after that.
Oh, boys.
How do you cheer up your girl when she's sad?
It depends on your girl. You got to know your girl, but just do something like to make her smile, make her laugh.
Take off your pants.
Make her laugh. That works for me. If you make me laugh.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go with get her flowers. Never fails.
That fails every time.
What?
Don't get her flowers.
You don't
That
like
is the
flowers?
worst. That's like the worst cop out of being I'm sorry when you did something wrong. That is the cheapest, worst, like, oh, I'm just gonna get her flowers. Like, no, come on, step your game up, Tina.
What do you want, a diamond ring? Oh my gosh, she said that's the cheapest
Don't
way.
buy her material things to make her feel better. I would be like, did you learn from this lesson? These flowers. No. Don't date me.
If a girl ever comes up to you at the gym and asks to spot her, run.
Is chivalry dead?
Yes, 100%. You answer without clicking
Yeah.
the button. You have 2 gallons of milk now.
Is it okay for a man to cry?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
that was me.
It's okay for a man to cry. Yes.
Boys, no, it's not okay.
Depends on what it's about, though.
What are the biggest red flags women see in guys?
On my feminine side, guys, I would have to say it's the cockiness in the guys.
First off, I love how you clicked that and then looked at me. Like, everything is a red flag to me. I don't trust anyone ever at all.
Run. Run as fast as you can.
If a guy really wants to be with you and hang out with you, he's going to do so. He's not going to have all these excuses and like, oh, I've got this, I'm going to do this, or I've got to do this instead.
Is it possible for a man to overcome a bad first date?
Honestly, in all my dates with guys, dang it.
Yes.
Not saying this to happen
I
recently.
don't know, it depends on how the first date failed. It really depends.
Do you think dating is not as common anymore, whether it's due to social media or just our generation? Do you feel like dating has kind of gone the opposite way from where it used to be?
I think it's definitely different.
Yeah.
It's very
What kind of different?
Well, social media has definitely made it different. Everything's at our fingertips. I mean, it's made everything different, really. And I wouldn't say necessarily social media as far as like Instagram, you know, Snapchat, Twitter, all of those things, but there's dating apps.
There's a lot of them.
There didn't used to be dating apps when I was younger.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was fun trying to figure out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that, and then it seems like now even social media, it's almost like people post anything on there, if that makes sense. Like there's...
It is essentially a dating app, too.
Yeah, it really is.
It's your own platform of dating app, depending on how you use it.
Yeah. Do you think that makes it harder for guys to actually settle down with the girl? Do you think it's more
it
like...
makes for any gender harder to trust.
Ooh. So the trust is the big factor.
The genuineness. Harder to trust if someone's really genuine.
Okay.
I feel like being catfish is a lot more common.
Yeah.
And not necessarily, to the degree of a catfish, but maybe still in that.
Yeah.
realm.
Yeah, I can say I've definitely had my fair
Especially,
share.
you know,
of,
everyone's not really truly who they are on
Yeah.
social media. So.
I've had my fair share of catfishes. So we've all been there. We're like, oh, you don't look the same.
Or even personality-wise,
Yeah.
like they could have a persona on
Yep.
online or on whatever platform that they're on, and then
It's
they're
not like them.
that person
Yep.
in real life.
Yep.
So that happens a
Not
lot
to
too.
expose any of the guys out there, but I do know a couple of my buddies and people I know in the industry that are like, their content is not actually like them. And you're like, oh, this guy's awesome. And then you meet him, you're like, I don't know who this guy
They're
is.
so worried about
Yeah.
an image that they're trying to create, when I feel like you can really tell when someone's genuinely who
Yeah.
they are on Instagram. And there's always the unfortunate, you know, situations where you get into a relationship with someone who you think understands, and then things change after
Really quick. Yep.
After you know,
Yep.
they change and they kind of want you to change.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
And you're like, this is the person I was when we
Uh-huh.
met. So
Yep.
been in those situations.
Almost they like try and change who you are and like what you're doing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they just want to hide you more.
Yeah.
And it's like, really, this is who I was when you
Yeah.
when you
It's like I told you this day one.
when you fell. So
Yep. So in general, what do us men suck at when it comes to relationships and dating?
communication.
Ooh.
To be fair, women suck at that too. We do. I mean, honestly, we all kind of suck at communication.
Yeah.
But I just think that in general, we can all be better at that. And I think it's, you know, communication is the strongest foundation that you can build, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's where the level of trust and everything
Yeah.
comes from. It's just open communication and telling
Okay.
each other everything. So just figuring out ways to get
Yeah.
what you're thinking out there.
Ooh, because I mean that lines into what we just talked about. If you don't communicate, then social media plays a role in that, and all this stuff is building up. The jealousy is building up, and then it all unleashes at once.
Well,
and
if you don't communicate, people assume all day long. And really, not everyone communicates the same way.
Yeah.
Everyone communicates so differently.
Yep.
And I think it's just trying to figure out that way to meet each other in the same energy, same level of communication, whatever that is. Even if that means one person is having to tone it back a little bit, or the other person's having to tone it up a bit. It's just kind of figuring out your rhythm
Okay.
of how you can communicate with each other.
maybe the most important question. What is the key, the number one thing that builds and keeps a healthy relationship in today's world?
I think carving out time for each other.
Ooh.
We're all so busy in our day-to-day lives and our goals
Yeah.
and the things that we want to achieve. And I think that we can easily forget to spend quality time with each other. And it gets so easy that it's not quality time anymore.
Wow.
It's just kind of a routine.
Yeah.
But actually spending that 1 hour, just even 1 hour a week
Yeah.
of like, hey, we're going to go to dinner, or we're going to
Yeah.
go see a movie, or we're going to go do this.
a
It
good
really
point.
it holds that bond.
That's a good point,
Yeah.
because especially early on, there's always the, oh, I'm so busy, I'll try and hang out with you. It's like, okay, well, if you want to actually get to know someone and build something with them, you have to make the time.
That's actually something that my boyfriend and I are working on too,
Yeah.
because we definitely spend time and carve out time together, but sometimes we get into the routine of, well, we just go to the gym together every night. And that's great. I love that time. I love that time together, but it's a routine time. So it's like we need to actually carve out and do something different.
That's
Go for a hike somewhere,
Yeah.
or, you know, just go do something.
That's a
Go to the
very-
shooting range
yeah.
or something different.
How does one go about finding their true love?
Focus on loving yourself. Love will come. Your person will come. If as long as you love yourself completely and focus on that 100% and get to that level with yourself, then the rest will come. It just will. It just falls into place. And I know that sounds crazy because people have told me that my whole life.
Yeah, never believed it.
It's literally people tell me that my whole life, and I'm like, I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah.
I'm tired. But
It
once
is.
I just focused on me and not focus. I wasn't focused on finding someone. I just kind of let it go and let it come to me.
All right, you guys made it this far into the video, so I hope you got some value. And if you did, please, guys, I always talk about this. You just spent time watching and listening. Now go actually implement these things. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below on maybe questions you have for me, questions you maybe have for the female side. It does not matter. I'm here to get the answers for you guys and continue providing the value you need. But there is one more question I do have for you. While a few of my loyal supporters are still watching, what should they do next? Wait, I couldn't hear. I need some more energy on that one. Subscribe, baby! We're on the road to 250K! Let's make it happen! Road to 250. End of the year. I love you guys. Peace.